Hi guys, so today I'm using Arteza's 32 pre-mixed pouring acrylic colors. They sent me this to try along with some canvases. You get 4 whites, 2 blacks, and all the pretty colors that you see here. This might be a good way for you to try it out if you're new to pouring or you're struggling with maybe some consistency issues. I wanted to show you the consistency of the paint and also, just make a little painting for you. Now, these come in little 2-ounce bottles, and one thing I have to say about Arteza, they have beautiful bright colors. And if you've ever been curious about the mix of the consistency of my paint recipe, I would say this comes the closest I've ever seen to the same consistency of what I use when I use my own pouring recipe. So if you're curious and want to get it in your hands, there's a link in my description box on purchasing, and it gives you a little discount. So see that little trail it leaves on the top of the paint cup? It's almost literally identical to the consistency of the paints that I use in my pouring recipes. So it might be a good way for you to check it out. And these are the colors that I decided to use today. And I'm also using a technique that Mixed Media Girl created called the Infinity Pour. And the link to her is in my description box as well. Now, I feel kind of silly doing this pour because it makes you feel very uncoordinated, but right before I do this, I want to show you guys, remember Fire Agate? Look at that pretty piece. I finally finished it with my ultra gloss varnish technique that Elise Fournier taught me, and I do have a video to that, and I'm actually doing another video today on that technique. So look forward to another video on the glassy finish. Isn't it pretty? You could make this one yours at my shop at heathermaderart.com, and it's very reasonably priced, you guys. And I couldn't wait to get it finished so I could offer it up in my shop. But all right, here's the Infinity Pour. And so what you do is you're kind of like making 2 circles. It's wax on, wax off. I've been wanting to say that for those of you that are old enough to know the Karate Kid. It kind of reminds me of that whole wax on, wax off thing. But anyway, so what happens is you're overlapping the paint colors and you get those beautiful interwoven striations. And the cool part about that is it creates so much depth. And I ever since I saw her do this, I've been wanting to do it. And then, I do try to also do things that are unique to me. But I'm sorry, this is just one of those pours that I've been tempted to do it since I saw it. I thought it was awesome. And I even told her, I said, I'm going to put this on my channel and give you credit. So anyway, what I'm doing off to the side here is I am using the rest of the colors. So each one of those colors was 2 ounces. I used 6 bottles. So that's 12 ounces of the pouring paint. And then I had to use my own white background. And I did that because honestly, I would have used at least 3 bottles for maybe 2 or 3 bottles just for the white negative space. So keep that in mind, you guys. I think this is something where Arteza could improve on. The bottles need to be bigger because, this is a 16 by 20 canvas, and I used every drop of those colors for it, plus at least, 4 to 6 ounces of my own white paint. So, I'm not saying it's extremely economical, but it's a great way to try out something if you're new to pouring, or like I said, if you're curious about the consistency. So I just decided to add a little tiny bit more paint, and I put it all in one cup this time, and I'm just going to add it to the canvas. I pinch the cup. Those silicone cups are great for getting a small line. And then I just drizzle it all around in a fun pattern. And I'm just getting little drops and drizzles and stuff. And because it's such, you know, an energetic painting anyway, that totally seems appropriate. I mean, I thought it totally seemed appropriate. So you guys know me, I don't do a lot of negative space pours, but when I finished this one, I literally thought I wanted to really preserve all of those beautiful little lines on the top of that canvas. And so I thought, I'm gonna do a negative space pour, and I'm not gonna do any balloon rolls or anything. Now it is important, see, as I started moving it around, I quickly realized I was going to destroy the delicate lines if I tilted it that direction at all. But luckily there's not that much paint over there. There is a lot of paint on the bottom of this canvas, so it is important that I tilt it off. So that's what I decided to do here. I love the pretty lines it makes. Now, it does not create cells like using Floetrol or lacing like Floetrol. The paint in here, I would say, has almost the same consistency and behaves the same way as when you mix paints with just a gloss medium, not a pouring medium, but just like a gloss medium and water, or just glue. I didn't see any lacing, I didn't see any cells. I did try swiping with it on another painting, and I didn't get any sort of cells or anything like that. So if you're looking for cells, you might have to add silicone to this one, and that was my thought process. So if you guys can believe this, and I know this is like going to be difficult, but I literally am not going to do much of anything else to this. I want to tilt it to the side and make sure that I'm getting, that's what I'm doing here, just very lightly getting any extra paint that I can off, because we don't want it to crack upon drying. And then I just kind of reposition the paint back to the center. Do you guys like these videos? Do you want to see more videos from me? There is a link in the description box to my PayPal, and I would appreciate and love all the support you can give me. I definitely do rely on your donations to continue my channel, and I definitely appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching. Now, I want to show you one last thing here. You guys can find these little apps in the App Store, but if you're having trouble like envisioning what it might look like when it's all done and in a frame, I put this one in a little frame. Isn't it pretty? I just think it's a really cool little painting. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and hit the notification bell so I can keep making more art videos just for you.